Right? Okay. Hello. There's nobody on here yet, but I'm just saying hello because this is gonna be on my page. First of all, I'm super happy to be back. I've only been home like what, like
two and a half
weeks, something like that. And y'all, I think that the experience that I just had, right, with my father's transition was literally one of the most challenging experiences to process. Like, to really actually feel my way through, even to this point. Like, it's still happening. However, I did want to show up because I'm ready to get back into the swing of things like I never left. And I miss it. Like, I miss like speaking. I miss having these conversations and holding space for people and just really being in the midst of my clients and just like my lifestyle. And so the inspiration is back. It feels good. It feels really, really good.
Yes.
Sound, mind, and body wellness is growing so much. Like, super huge thank you to all of our clients. Shout out to the priority members. You guys are amazing. Like, today, two of our clients came and they wanted to say hi to me before I left, and they came all the way to the back just to say, like, hey, how you doing? We're happy that you're back home. And that just really felt so good. Like, oh my God, that touched me so much.
That was unexpected, actually.
It was so unexpected.
And I was like,
and
okay,
what did they say?
Hmm?
What did they say? Like,
is she back? Like, they didn't, I was like, you just missed her. I was like, okay. I was like, we ran to the back door real quick. I was like, and then it was like, oh, wow, she's still there. She just walked in the back door. So.
And it just like made my day. Like, wow, like, I missed you guys too. So I'm happy to be back. And with all of the growth, we have so much we are like excited to share with you guys in regards to relaunches, aka, well, not aka, but Queen Alchemy. And then we also have like products and other services that we are already starting to offer again. Okay, so this is really exciting because even though we are known for and popular, I must say, because y'all have been bombarding us like walking in, okay, but we're known for therapeutic touch. However, we do so many other things in support of a better or healthier quality of life. Okay, we teach self-care in ways that you can easily identify with and implement. Okay, and so let me get into this tea real quick, y'all, because it is 11:36. It's like almost my bedtime, and yes, I'm gonna turn my phone off. But before I do, this whole entire experience, like traveling to Africa, being in Africa, being immersed in the culture, and just like having to do everything around, my dad. If I can describe it best, it would be a Nigerian film, okay? And for everybody that knows about Nigerian films, like this experience was that. Like, my siblings and I literally went through so many challenges. However, I still, like, I feel grateful still, even though, like, I'm sad. Like, I miss my dad. Like, I really miss him. I really, 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 really miss him. Like, I really do. I'm still in a really good place, and for that, like, I'm grateful. Like, I'm really thankful to be alive. Like, I cherish my life so much more. So much more. But the experience itself was just like every single emotion was felt. Every single emotion, from the lower, the very darkest, darkest, deepest emotions, all the way to the top, to bliss and enlightenment. Everything in between. Like, I literally felt like I went through something physically, spiritually and emotionally. There was something going on in so many different aspects, like so many details. So many details. And I truly thank God for my siblings. Shout out to Lois, Lysandra, okay, and Jamil. We really did this thing. Like, we really traveled this journey, and it feels like we made it out of the pits of hell. If I can be honest. Like, when I say God kept us, okay? Like, for real, we went through the most. The absolute most. I mean, I feel like we went through the pettiest of things. The pettiest of things. I'm like, wow, this was necessary? Like, really? But again, we made it, and everything was beautiful. Everything was just how my father was, extra. um Also, thank you to, like, just like all of family and friends, and just everybody sending their love and support. That is greatly appreciated. um but yeah, it was literally a Nigerian film all the way until this point, probably. Like, right? Like, yo,
when the book comes out, or the short story,
I had to
out,
blog the journey. I
yeah,
blogged so much of it. I have to finish. I have to, like, just go back and, like, fill in, like, spaces, and just, like, add more details, because it's so much.
yeah,
It's so much
yeah.
that we went through. Okay, so just to give you guys a little insight on, like, the environment, right? And I want you guys to really, if you're open to it, to really just take a moment and like, expand your mind beyond, like, what it is now. Like, really just allow yourself to ask yourself questions that you've never asked,
Yeah.
and, like, maybe paint a picture of, like, the story that the brief story of what I'm about to tell you. Not even a story, but just my experience of, like, being in Africa. So, like, I described to Jade that being in Africa, like, just looking at, like, not even looking, but, like, the stimuli amongst my five senses, right? Like, so what I can see, what I can smell, what I can taste, what I can hear, what I can feel, right? Like, tangibly. I described to her Africa as a place that, and I'm not setting any disclaimers, because I'm literally, well, I guess I'm setting a disclaimer. I'm expressing my own experience, okay? So I'm not saying anything to offend anyone. I'm literally just sharing an experience. This is how I truly felt. So going back, right? I described to Jade Africa being a place that felt as if Caucasian or white people came and left. Like, the country is absolutely beautiful, but the resonance of the trauma that was instilled in that country is very prevalent. Very prevalent. And I feel very, very, very honored to have the opportunity to make any type of change just by being me, by the things that I want to experience and that I want to do in Africa. I'm grateful to have that experience, like, that opportunity. And we all do. We all have the opportunity to do things like that, making a difference or change. Sorry, y'all know this phone. I guess some things don't really change. They're gonna scream. Sap to try. No, go back. I can't. Y'all, I cannot with me. I really cannot with me. There we go. It's because the screen light will go out, and I would tap the screen so that the light can come back on, and then the screen changes. I don't know why. The filter that it's on. But so just giving you guys that little brief detail of my experience, it's just like, you can only imagine, like, wow, what could that really be like? You know, like, how are the people living out there? Like, what do people, like, how do they live? You know, how do they survive? How do they, live everyday life? You know what I'm saying? Um, I love Africa. I love Sierra Leone. It is such a beautiful country. And especially if you are there and you know, are just using your brain capacity, you know what I'm saying, to live a good quality of life and impact those around you, you really are good. You have all your resources. You have all your resources, you know? But, anyways, so in a nutshell, that was what I experienced in Africa. It was like a Nigerian film. It was very dramatic, very crazy. Okay, like every feeling felt from anger, disgust, you know what I'm saying, sad, depressed, anxious, you know what I'm saying, bliss, love, gratefulness, enlightenment. Okay, like every single emotion that you could think of is what I felt during that journey, from the traveling to, okay, to the traveling from. Okay, and we were prepared, and still, my goodness, was it a journey? Okay. And so, you know, a beautiful experience altogether. We really experienced the country like no other. You know, just being immersed in Mother Nature and like literally immersed in the culture and some of the people, and really getting to know our dad too and who he became. You know, he changed his life. He really, did a lot for his community. You know, they, talked about him and said like he was like a hero. You know, he did so much for his church. You know, he was very involved with his community. The kids loved him. He was giving ice cream every weekend. Like, he really lived his life like a king. Like, he really enjoyed his time, his last years. And it was really beautiful and comforting to just like really hear from other people that we don't know their experience with our dad. You know, he was very unique in his own way, very unique. You know, I described him as the biggest bully on earth with an even bigger heart because he was so full of shenanigans. Like, he was so full of it, and he loved it. He loved it, and I do miss him. He was right. He would always say, "You're gonna miss me when I'm gone. Like, you're gonna miss these phone calls every day." You know, and he is right. I do. I really do. And so, one of the things he described to me was polarity and how polarity exists. And polarity, simply put, is, both sides of the spectrum must coexist. There cannot be one without the other. Like, there cannot be a solution without a problem to solve. Right? A solution cannot exist because everything is a purpose. Every single thing is a purpose. And so polarity exists. And so this entire experience made me feel like I was going through an OTG, opportunity to grow. And an opportunity to grow in OTG is an experience that will literally feel agitating. It may test you or try you. It's one of those experiences that you would usually feel those lower vibrational emotions, right? And so I'm like, okay, this was an OTG for me. Hold on, y'all, I need some water. I'm like, why am I struggling? I got a whole bottle of water right here.
A little parched. A little parched there.
And we've been watching a couple of like YouTubers, right? Tribe and just other individuals that we can relate with and resonate with. And they be all like in the video crazy. Like, I love how eclectic and how real and raw and transparent the live be, because it's like, yo, this facts. Like,
Mm-hmm.
that is fact. Like, I'm really, it does not matter. Like, really, it does not matter. The message matters.
Do you want your Babe Ruth?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good. See, here the screen go again, and here go. Okay, I can touch the side. I was about to tap the screen. But let me get back. Let me get back to what I was talking about. What was we talking about?
Polarity.
Yeah, polarity and how it exists, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was saying how like a solution couldn't exist without a problem to solve, right? And so I was feeling like, yes, this was an OTG. I was describing an OTG and what that was, and how it's usually something you would identify as agitating, just one of those experiences that's trying you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a challenge,
Just brought it all the way back.
Right. It happens a lot.
Yo.
Babe. And so I was describing an OTG, and I was feeling like, damn, this whole experience was an OTG for me, because I had been desiring the experience of being unmoved and what that entails. I had been asking, like, what is it to be unmoved? What does that really mean? Like, I can hear it and I can formulate, formulate like a sentence or a thought or a belief around it, because we're human. We're,
Right.
we are intelligent beings, right? So I can understand, like, okay, this is what this means to be unmoved, right? Okay, unbothered, like your feelings don't hurt, you're not offended, right? But like, what if I had never experienced it? Like, I really don't know what it entails, because I've never been put in a position to be like unmoved. Like, I haven't been on that frequency, because when you have reached that level of like self-awareness and self-acknowledgement, right, you start to work your own energy, and you start to do things, you start to make things happen, and you start to alchemize very quickly, right? It's a requirement, once you get to a certain level, a certain frequency, it's a requirement that you become unmoved. Like, you master that key right there, for many different reasons, right? And so I'm like, damn, like, okay, this is an OTG, the whole experience with my father transitioning so suddenly, okay, having to drop everything and travel, and then having to face so much hate. The energy of hate, the energy of jealousy, the energy of envy. Like, I mean, massive amounts, okay? Having to deal with all of that. So I'm like, why would I go through such an experience now? Like, right in the midst of my business growing, right in the midst of me using my voice, me stepping out of the box. You know what I'm saying? Really, like, alchemizing a lot of things, like meetings, like things that I've never done, right? That are putting me in like bigger, more expansive positions. And then boom, this happens. Something so traumatic, like so like wow. Okay? Why would this happen? Well, it feels like it could only be because of my own desire, or maybe what's required for me during this journey or this leg of my journey, right, in life. Maybe it's required for me to be unmoved, right? Because I'm showing up on bigger platforms. I'm showing up in bigger spaces with my voice. I'm an advocate for women and men, okay? So that we all can live a better quality of life. Like, I'm taking on a bigger role to where, I'm going to be looked at closely. I'm going to be held accountable. I am going to hold myself accountable, right? And so, because of that desire or requirement is why I went through, or I'm going through, this experience, as challenging as it is in so many different aspects. So many different aspects. People grieve in different ways. People mourn in different ways. People express in different ways, thought processes. There's so much happening right now because of what we went through. Like I said, we went through something that was physical, spiritual, mental, like all the above. All of the above. We all did. And so there was so much taking place, so much alchemization going on, even with the spirit of our Father now being released from his human body, his human avatar. You know what I'm saying? That energy goes right back into his children. Right? We are so much more now because he is free. He is truly liberated, completed. He's at completion. Like, death is not the end. It is just an extension of life. Okay? Got that quote or awareness out of the Astral Dynamics book, which is super dope. Super, super dope book. Astral Dynamics. Huh?
Your volume. You keep turning it down.
Oh. My bad, y'all. I hope y'all could hear me that whole time, because every time
I know that is not a leaf blower.
Yo, we sitting outside. Let me show y'all. Let me give y'all a view. Let me stop being rude. It's beautiful out here. So yes.
You back.
Yeah, that was crazy. A leaf blower?
It sounded like a leaf blower.
It's crazy. So yeah, I was talking about being unmoved. So yeah, this experience, I feel like only happened because of my desire or requirement of the embodiment of being unmoved. Like, literally just being able to show up consistently. And this has been such a challenge for me. Real talk. Like, I am consistent. I am. However, I have been moved. Like, when life hits you, life hits you. And it is natural for me as a Cancerian to go into a shell. It is so comfortable in there. Love being in there by myself, right? So the energy or the embodiment of being unmoved is really just knowing that everything is a part of life. Everything is a part of your timeline. Everything is a part of your experience, you know, to make you stronger, to, you know what I'm saying, to tap you into who you really are, you know, and to keep you connected to the divine, to the Most High. Okay? And so I'm grateful to have this opportunity to really experience and really observe all that it takes, okay, tangibly, okay, all that it takes tangibly to embody the experience of unmoved, right? So that I can continue to show up in all the ways or in all the spaces that I put myself, so that I can be of service from my overflow. Okay? Our mission statement is literally a word. Okay? Being of service from the most sustainable aspects of self does the world justice. When you put yourself at the forefront of nourishment, okay, you can be of service from the overflow. Make your life a priority. I live by that. I live by that. I live by that. And so it's necessary and important for me to show up for my clients, show up for myself, most importantly, show up for my daughter, okay, show up for my queen, my family, those watching, my queens, my kings. Like, people are watching us, okay? We are those of us that are making the change or that are becoming the change we want to experience. Whether you see it or not, people are watching. You are impacting someone every single day, whether you know it or not. Doesn't matter if you don't have any friends, because majority of us don't anyway. So it doesn't matter. You are still making an impact. Somebody is watching you. Trust me. So many people hit me up that I would have never believed. Like, oh yeah, I watch your content.
Right.
I may not comment or like or anything, but trust and believe. And I'm sharing it with my friends.
Absolutely.
And my family.
Yes.
And I'm like, what? Me, inconsistent, right? Self-sabotage, trying me. No, I am consistent. So just like you're consistent, so you're being watched. So it's like, being unmoved is having the ability to go through life with all that it has to offer.
Yes.
Okay? And still showing up.
Still
showing up no matter what. That's what it is. And so going through this experience is giving me all the tools that I need. It's giving me all the access. It's giving me all the know-hows, every single thing that I need to move forward in this embodiment. It has. You know, I can honestly say, like, wow, I am unmoved. You know, I am here for myself. I am here for my clients. You know, I'm here for my family. Like, I can choose. We all have choices to make. We all have the ability to make a choice. That's what it is. You make a choice. You know, you can choose to have another experience as to where, you know, you're inside or you're depressed or you're not seeking any help. Like, you know, you're keeping yourself in a place. You can choose that if that's what you want to experience. That is your choice. But you can also choose to move forward, you know, to move forward in strength and to find solace in your natural born abilities, okay? And just to be and express your life as you are, as you were created to be, right? That is the greatest thing right there. That is the greatest thing right there. You can transcend and alchemize the whole entire experience. You know what I'm saying? The whole entire thing. Just like that. And so all of this doesn't tie into anything, but we have another topic that we want to talk about briefly. Because today it's 11:59, Manifestation Monday. Y'all, the time got away from me. Like, I don't know if I'm still like jet lagging or I don't know, but I've only been home like 2.5 weeks, right?
Right.
And
still jet lagging.
I don't know. But the time has been, I don't know, going so fast. Like, we start our day early and it's like, okay, I should be ready to get on live by this time. And then next thing you know, it's like, damn, it's already 11 o'clock.
You don't want to get a bowl of cereal. And you know you don't like me eating while we're like, not ready to start talking.
It's okay. You can do your thing. I am going to briefly talk about manifest. You can hold on a bit because it's not going to take, right, it's not going to take long. It's not going to take long. But y'all, I had got this feeling the other day, like in regards to the experience of like manifestation, right? Because we all know what it is. We all have heard about it. We all know about it. We all speak about it. We all use the word manifest left and right, all right? Thirsty. And I got this feeling like, damn, it's starting to feel like a fad, or just like, you know, it's just starting to feel like it's being misused, or maybe there's like some lack of awareness. I just felt like the experience of it, like whole, was been watered down. You know, like people are just misusing the experience of like manifestation, or, you know, just maybe lacking some awareness of it, myself included. Okay, all of this is myself included. Actually, this is all about us. Like, we, you know, this is this is just our life's experience. You know what I'm saying? That's really it. Like, that's really it. Like, we're just sharing our life's experience, because we know that we are not the only ones, okay? And if something resonates, then implement it, and then like alchemize it for yourself.
Yeah.
You know, take it with you. If it doesn't resonate, then peace, love, and oneness. Peace. Right? Right. So we did some research, extensive. Like, and Jade started it. She always does this. And it's so fun. Like, we'll come across like a word or like a concept or a belief or whatever. And we just do our own research. Literally. Like, get on Google, YouTube, whatever, encyclopedia, dictionary, some books. We do extensive research on these things because we have questions. Okay? Question the reality. Why not? Why not? Question it. Was it? It was question it? Or was it?
Test reality.
Test reality. Test reality. Yeah. And so we did some research, Jade mostly. And so do you want to elaborate on what you found? Because as we know, before you do, sorry, I didn't even give her a chance. Nothing changed. But so as we know, manifest and manifestation to be like bringing things, right, from your mind, the intangible, to the tangible, right? Like being able to bring forth or bring to fruition your dreams and goals and aspirations in life, right? Like that's how we use manifest. Like, oh, I'm going to manifest this new car, or I manifested the love of my life, or right? Right, babe? Okay. So now, do you want to tell us what you found? And hello to everybody that's hopping on. If you're catching the replay, thank you so much for sharing space. Yay, yay, yay. Okay.
Well, the word manifest came up, and the way that Coney used it, of course, was in the sense of like everybody's using it, and I was like, that was my my time to chime in and say, oh, why is everybody using it? First question you ask yourself. Then next thing is to actually just look up the word. That's pretty much what happened. Go to the Random House Dictionary, look up the word, break the word down, throw it into some etymology or what have you. And then the next thing you know, you're finding out so much stuff. So much stuff that we are not going to dive in. We're going to give you just a briefing of it, but we're going to actually open up a dialogue and a conversation to really dive in deep as far as like what we found and how the T-beam formula that I created back in 2018, how that has now evolved. Right. Okay. As we know, right, this is universal law, and this is just, this is what it is. Like, whatever you put out, you get back. Okay. And that's with anything in life. Right. That's with anything in life. So your intention is everything. So whatever you do, whatever formula you use, whatever way, whatever tactic, whatever practice, whatever it is, the intention that you put into it first is what you're going to get in the outcome. Okay? That energy is going to be what you put into it first. And so when it came to the word manifest, we're going to give you guys a definition, okay? And we're going to give you guys what research said the word actually is, okay? And then how we have been using it. And then it's going to end there because we're going to get off of here. It's getting late, right? So, okay, so so tell us the beginning process. You had the whole entire word manifestation, and then you broke it up, right? Take us from there. Just separating the words. Manifestation, sorry. So once I broke it up, I was like, all right, let me look at what the letter M is, where it's placed in the alphabet, and then put MA together, Ma, which is the representation of mothers, other things in that as well. So, and so on and so on, so on and so forth. And then as you begin to literally break each word down and go through the dictionary and look at the, different translations in Latin and that this word goes through, it reveals, again, it just reveals things to you. So from that point, it literally, I'm not going to give it away, I'm just going to speak in parable. Okay.
Girl, he's so damn silly.
But anyways, from that point, after you literally, as soon as you ask yourself the questions, you begin to break the word down. Right. It leads you to other things to look up. Once you begin to look those things up, go to the Latin version of it, look those things up, your mom would be like, wow, like, this is what we've been doing.
So you're not going to give them the definition? No. Oh, you don't want us to give them a definition of anything?
No, y'all gotta listen. If you guys want this exclusive, just our life's experience with the word manifestation,
it just came to us recently too, y'all.
We will definitely share that.
Yeah. Okay. So you want to get back on here and open up the conversation so that we can have it in full detail. Okay. So just basically from our experience, just recently, I will say that. Like, I myself had been using the word manifest and manifestation in the wrong context.
She's already giving you too much.
No. That's all I'm going to say. Because we're going to be back on here. We want you guys to join us and be engaged. And, again, if you have any insight or if you have information or anything, experiences, anything at all that resonate and relate, please share. We're getting ready to come back with Bits of Tea. Okay, the podcast is going to be so much more expansive, okay? I know we've been talking about it for a while, but is happening for real this time.
For real.
We are coming back with Bits of Tea. We actually really missed the podcast and the platform. Like, podcasts are so much fun. We had guests. I can't wait to have guests again and just like really just have open, safe conversations that will not only stimulate my mind but also trends in my consciousness, so that I can live a better life. Okay? Like, that's the bottom line. So yeah, that was fun. I'm happy that I did this and that I came on. We're going to be on here more often. You can catch the replay on my page. It'll be on Facebook.
On her page.
Right. And I'm going to put it on YouTube too. I'm going to be funneling all these videos everywhere. Not everywhere, but just like on those platforms. So you can catch the replay. And yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for sharing space and listening, okay, and laughing with me. Yeah, and that's it. So y'all already know what it is. We're getting off of here. Peace.